the beast that thou sawest, was, talking about the Roman Empire, was, and is not, talking about what is not yet, was at this time, was the USA, America. It says, and the beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundations of the world, when they behold the beast that was, and is not, and yet is. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are the 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And there were 7 kings. 5 are fallen. And those 7 kings, talking about the Greeks, the Romans, Germania Major, Germania Minor, the French, Spain, Great Britain. All right. And so it says, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen. The 5 that had fallen was the Greeks. All right, and then the French, Germania Major, Germania Minor, and Spain. It says, and one is, all right, during the time that John the Revelator wrote this, and one is, the one that was in at the time and is Rome. It says, and the other is not yet come, all right, talking about Great Britain. It says, and when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, talking about America, the 8th, and is of the 7. All right, America was born out of one of the 7, which was Great Britain, England. All right, and goeth into perdition. All right, so but that, like I say, I just wanted to hit that just real quick. But, you know, going into that is a whole different lesson and some intricacies about that, and, you know, explanations and everything. But yeah, back in that Daniel, that's what that was going into. See, but at the end of it all, because at the end it was like, and of the 8th was America. America was talked about in the scriptures. All right, that it would be the last at the bottom, and the toes and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying, of this, you know, because after the bottom, it says, verse 18, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom. Who are the saints? It says the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. All right. The saints of the Most High is the Israelites. This is Psalms 50:5. It says, gather my saints together unto me, those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Who were the ones who made the covenant with the Most High? It was the Israelites. The Israelites. Okay? Psalms 140, well, I think that's 149, is another precept proving that. All right? This is, what was it, 148? Yeah, Psalms 148:14. He also exalted the horn of his people. He's going to exalt the horn of his people, the Israelites, right? Because right now we're at the bottom, okay? And it was all for a purpose, but he's going to exalt the horn of his people, the strength of his people, right? The praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel. And this even is in the italics, letting you know that whatever it was talking about before, which was the saints, is talking about the children of Israel, a people near and a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord. All right. He said he's going to exalt us. Okay. Because right now we're low. We're at the bottom. Okay. And Yep, real quick, we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom, right? And it was prophesied that that was going to happen, okay? We were going to be given into their hands, and we were going to be at the bottom, all right? But he said that Esau, who was the elder, who was born first, remember, he said, you shall serve the younger. You shall serve your brother Jacob. But right now, we're serving them. So if they shall serve us, they were meant to be our servants, right? So this is Ecclesiastes 10:7. It says, I have seen servants upon horses. So natural born servants, those who were born to serve, the elder, are on horses, representing they in power right now. It says, so because when you in power, that's what that represent, horsepower. You're on top of a horse, just like in that movie Django, when Jamie Foxx was on the horse. They were looking at, what is he doing on the horse? Even the Uncle Tom Coon, Samuel, Stevie, he was like, what is this nigga doing on this nag? We ain't supposed to be on no horses, no nags. We ain't in power, right? So that's what that representing. It said, I have seen servants upon horses, all right? And princes, so the true royalty, walking as servants upon the earth, all right? We're walking as servants because we're at the bottom right now. See, but the scriptures talk about how the foundations of the earth are out of course, how things are turned upside down right now, all right? Things are backwards, but they're going to get turned right side up when this place is destroyed. You know what I'm saying? This is how you know. Esau is the so-called white man. He's on top. He's the banking elite. Okay? He's on horses right now, but they are the servants. It says that he was shall serve the younger. All right? And he's going to do that. But right now, the earth is still out of course. All right? It's about to be flipped right side up right soon. See, and because he's in power right now, all right, he get to control the narrative and say that, actual good according to the Lord is bad. Okay? But actual bad according to the Lord is good. So if you're doing bad in the eyes of the Lord, you're doing good in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's why it says in Amos 5:10, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. If you speaking uprightly, you a hate group. You the bad people. Because right now they in control. All right. So I'm almost finished. Okay. But yeah, like it says, that we're gonna, the saints is gonna take the kingdom, you know what I'm saying, and possess the kingdom forever and ever, even forever. All right, see, but we gotta wait on the Lord for that, which is right around the corner, right soon. That's why the scripture says that you shall well understand, when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, because all the prophecies, have came to pass. Now this is Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms. All right. So all those kingdoms that we talked about, even like in Daniel, you know what I'm saying? And the Assyrians had the kingdom, the Babylonians had the kingdom, the ancient Egyptians had a kingdom, but back to the statues, the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Medo-Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, all right, and all in between, and then America, all those kingdoms. His determination is to gather all those nations, all right, that he may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Okay? All the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And the elect of the Israelites is not going to get caught up in that fire. That's why you should take heed right now. That's why you should forsake this present evil world and make your bodies a living sacrifice. Be a fool for Yahweh Shai, because this world going to look at you like you a fool. If it says when you departed from evil, you make yourself a prey, to be preyed upon, for people to come at you and say that you're evil, you're wicked, you're this, you're that. Okay? But then that means you're on the right side with the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? Or there's a good chance that that's the case. Okay? Because his determination is to gather these nations. All right, so we're going to wait upon the Lord to enjoy ourselves. We're going to wait upon the Lord to have the fame and the fortune. We're going to wait upon the Lord. We don't want Esau's portion. We want our portion. Because if we get some of Esau's portion, then we do find it. His judgment as well, which is that fierce anger and the for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. This is not a game, my people. This is about to happen right soon. And you can be like, oh man, they've been saying that for years. Okay. Okay. So back in 2nd Esdras, chapter 6. 2nd Esdras, chapter 6. Chapter 6, verse 7. It says, now this is Esdras talking to the angel, you know, again, talking to the Most High through the angel. He say, then, 2nd Esdras 6 and 7. It says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? Because this whole time we've been talking about Jacob and Esau. You know what I'm saying? Esau was going to rule. You know what I'm saying? This was going to be his portion. And this present evil world was his portion. So Esdras was asking, okay, well, when shall be the end of the first? When is the end of Esau's portion in ruling and wickedness? And us going through all this, you know, chastisement and spiritual fire and being on the bottom. When is that going to be over with? And when is the beginning of it that followeth? All right. When is the righteous rulership? When is that? Where it's going to be filled with all good things. This is what Esdras is asking. Now check out the answer. It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world. The so-called white man, the wicked, the ungodly, the bad, the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, is the end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are the beginning of it that followeth. And the vessels of mercy are the beginning of it that followeth. All right? And the saints, which are going to take the kingdom and rule the kingdom forever and ever, even forever and ever, in righteousness, is the beginning of it that followeth. The good, the righteous people, the righteous nation, is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau, the so-called white man, is the end of the world, and Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, is the beginning of it that followeth. Esau is the end of the world, where this place is going to be destroyed by that fire, that weeping and gnashing of teeth. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's our inheritance. That wide sea, that city that's filled with all good things, to where we're going to rule it in righteousness, is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? And we see that transition happening right now. We see that that's why this truth is coming out like it is. This is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. This is his works working. It's happening, y'all. We almost up out of here. All right. And John the Revelator, he saw it too. This is Revelations 21:1. It says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. It was destroyed. That was the first heaven and the first earth, which was majority ruled by Esau, Edom, the wicked, the ungodly. All right. were passed away because it was destroyed by that fire. And he saw a new heaven and a new earth. All right. And there was no more sea. It says, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. All right. We're that bride. Starting off with the elect of the Israelites. But in this kingdom, all right, this holy city, New Jerusalem, that's going to be filled with all good things. Revelation 21:4. It says, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. The former things, wickedness, evil is passed away. Why? Because it was destroyed by fire. Right now, that hasn't happened yet. So you must pray for that. Beg the Lord to hasten that day so we can be in a place filled with all good things. In a place where it's going to be righteousness. We're going to have the laws. We as Israelites have the promise of the law, statutes, and commandments being written in our minds and our hearts. We're never going to sin again. We're never going to disappoint our God again. And we're going to rule with the law, statutes, and commandments and righteousness. And the people that we rule over after their judgment and their punishment and their slavery after that, and Esau, Edom, the wicked and wickedness is destroyed. After that, even those are going to rejoice and be happy that the Israelites, the righteous people, are in rulership finally. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. This is 2 Peter 3:12. I got one more after this. 2 Peter chapter 3:12. So it says, and looking for and hastening to the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. All right. He's coming back to destroy this place with this. All right. And the wicked nations and 2/3 of our people who were wicked as well, because they took hold of Esau's side. So they're going to find this death. They're going to find this fire. Right. But seeing that we looking for that to happen, so the place that's filled with all good things could come. It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. All right? We are the righteous people where it's going to dwell righteousness. And we're going to teach righteousness, all right, to these other nations. And we're going to rule them with this righteousness of the law and the instructions thereof of these scriptures. Okay? This is how we're going to rule in righteousness. It says, wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. All right. If you're looking for a righteous kingdom to be set up that's filled with all good things, right now, what all manner of persons are ye to be? So when he come back, ye may be found of him in peace. Ye may be found of him without spot, meaning you're unspotted from this world. You were sighing and crying. You hated evil. That's why the scriptures say, love the good and hate the evil. Right now is a time to hate because it's all manner of evil going on. Okay? So that when he comes back to destroy this place and melt this place and bring this judgment, that you may be found without spot and blameless. All right? Not that you were blameless, but you are blameless because the blood of Yahushua covers you. And it covers you because there were found no guile in you. All right, that you were sighing and crying. You hated this place and you tried to get right. You never didn't willfully sin no more. You kept the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. You separated yourself from this present evil world and you had the mindset of, you know what, I'm not dealing with this place. I don't want the money, cars, clothes, and the hoes and success in the evil world. I don't want to deal with this place. I don't want to see a future here. I want this place to be destroyed. All right. We got to be found thinking like that. We got to be found watching and being active. OK. and showing our faith by our works, the way we think, the way we live. Okay? This is what it's all about, that we may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless, when he comes with his destruction. Because we look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. Where it's going to be ruled by the righteous people. Okay? That's why in Proverbs 29:2, Proverbs 29:2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So when the righteous nation, the righteous people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the righteous, when you are in authority, the people that you rule over is going to rejoice. It says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And right now, ESAU, Edom is ruling. They're coming to an end, but they're ruling. And that's why you have all type of mourning. The people are mourning all across the world. The world is mourning. Like I say, the animals are mourning. Everything, everybody, except the elite. But they getting scared too, because they see this truth is coming out. And they know that their time is up. So they scrambling. All right? And they're going to do their best to try to stay in power. But it ain't going to work. They cannot go cross the bounds that the Lord set. Okay? So this is only for those elect who have an ear to hear that the Lord has rested his Holy Spirit upon, to receive this to repentance, to salvation. Okay? This is what it's all about. ESAU is the wicked. ESAU, the so-called white man, is the wicked nation of people, the seed of Satan that's here on the earth. You can't get around it. It's right here. Brought all these scriptures out. You're not getting around that. It's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's the scriptures. Okay? That's why the scriptures say, rightly dividing the word of truth. And that was precept upon precept, precept upon precept, rightly dividing the word of truth. And no kudos to me. I didn't make this up. I didn't come up with this understanding and this knowledge and this great plan. It wasn't me. I'm just a messenger. But thank the Most High for the measure of faith and the measure of understanding that he doled out to me, that I may try my best to make it plain. All right? So, man, we almost out of here, y'all. So Lord willing, man, that was edifying. With that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you Akim pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Abad Babal. May the Lord hasten that day to destroy this place and set up the kingdom of heaven that's going to be right here on the earth, that's going to be filled with all good things. Shalom.